Hello, my name is Nathan, and you're listening to Daddy and the Dunce.
Hello and welcome to Daddy and the Dunce podcast, looking at the trials and tribulations of parenting in this modern day and age. We look at stupid stuff on the internet and summarise it for you so you can have a laugh with us or at us. It doesn't really matter. My name's Ashley. I need a new intro theme because that's getting really boring, and with me is my brother-in-law Mark. Welcome.
I like the intro.
You like the intro? I really don't.
Oh, you mean what you say or the music and stuff?
Oh, well, I mean, I wrote the music.
Yeah,
But
no, that's good.
actually,
I think you're talking about what you say. I completely zone out. Sorry.
I actually didn't write the music. I went to GarageBand and did like one of those auto things and put it together.
Well, don't tell people because then everybody will have a podcast. That was a joke because everybody has a podcast.
Everyone does have a podcast these days, but we are now in double digits because, according to my running sheet, this is episode 10. We have outlasted 90% of podcasts by making it to double digits.
Outlasted my other podcast as well.
Well, that's just on break like NBA.
Yeah, true.
When does NBA start back again?
Should be soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. It's 3-3 at the moment, isn't it? With Celtics and Raptors.
Yeah, I have a Zoom date tomorrow with my mates to watch the game, so very much looking forward to that.
Zoom date. What isn't? Okay, I was just listening to another podcast. Is The Bachelor being done by Zoom this year?
Oh, well, just like to shout out to KJ if she's listening, because I have watched a few episodes with her, and I unfortunately know the answer to this question. Yes, I haven't seen the episode, but there was a dramatic thing where they all had to go home, like everyone else, I suppose. And yeah, I think they did a few sort of dates over Zoom, I suppose, a few bachelor dates. I mean, what a stupid show it really is. Even when you watch it, it's like, it's entertaining, but my gosh, is it stupid. Speaking of
Bachelor and shout-outs, shout out to a guy that I work with called Nethers, who absolutely loves The Bachelor, and he's actually a boxer and a teacher and loves The Bachelor. Okay. So, yeah, anyway.
So there you go.
And we had a review this week, and we'll save that. We'll save that till later on. It's actually, I don't know if it was this week, I just actually went in and bothered to look this week. But nice. So, what's been going on? It's only been 7 days since we recorded. Obviously, like those people that are going to listen to this later on, they'll be able to binge it and just listen straight on. It hasn't been a month.
Absolutely. Well, actually, I was here and we're all ready to record, and you were just telling me that you had an early run or a bike in the next morning. So I had all these notes, and I was all ready to go, and you were like, nah, just go home, we'll do it next week, and that's about a month later now.
I could not be fucked last week.
last month, rather, or whenever it was.
I reckon it was last week,
okay.
And we were sitting in there, and the footy was on, and I'm just like, nah, I'm done. I couldn't be bothered.
Okay.
I had to get up early. I didn't have to get up early. I prefer to get up early when my brain hasn't started thinking yet and do all my training.
Okay.
Because then, like, by the time I'm done, I can just eat breakfast and not have to do any more exercise.
That makes sense, yeah. And that's why I'm sort of spacing out this intro a little bit, because I left my notes that I had ready for last week's episode, which is this week's episode. And yeah, I'm just sort of filibustering right now, trying to get a few minutes in. It's probably not a bad segue, because we can go straight into what was going to be like the theme for this, the theme for like a month ago when we first planned it. Mm. And the theme is, how long should kids sleep for? So tell us, Dunce. Well, I tell you what, kids sleep a lot longer than fully grown adults do, and I think babies sleep a lot. I don't really know too much about babies because I haven't had like a sleepover and babysit a baby, which you don't do. You sort of don't babysit them and sort of work out their sleeping habits till they're a bit older, and they go to bed early and wake up around about the same time. So yeah, in the answer to your question, I have no idea. Like, I'm going to say between 8 and 16 hours a day. That's a pretty big variance. You're talking between a third and 2/3 of the day. Yep. So yep. Somewhere between there. Okay, so Nathan's 5. He'll be 6 in a month. Mike, if you're listening, sorry about the squeaky chair. Hopefully you're not hearing that again. Apologies. But if you are listening, Mike, I want some sort of shout out the next time you read to us on Facebook. I'll leave it up to you how that goes, but that's okay. Getting greedy.
Getting greedy, yeah. Well, he does do quite a few shout-outs for us, but I think last time he was listening and my joke at the end was that good that he dropped a glass while doing the dishes and broke it. So, like, that's good quality joke telling, I think.
Nice. I zone out the jokes. So.
Do you actually pay attention for anything other than the bits you say?
I'm just one of those really selfish person in a conversation that's just like, hurry up, finish, hurry up, finish, hurry up, finish. You stop talking and I can go to my story.
That's right. Can you hurry up and finish so I can tell my bit of the story?
Absolutely.
So back to my bit of the story. Nathan's nearly 6. How long do you think a 6-year-old should sleep for?
I reckon he gets about...
No. Like, what? Just like in general, like World Health Organization, obviously, like people actually have learnt who the World Health Organization are this year. How long do you think they recommend kids his age should sleep for?
10 to 12 hours.
10 to 12 hours. Let's have a look at the official guidelines. And for a preschooler, which is 3 to 5, is 10 to 13. For a school-age child, which is a 6 to 13-year-old, the recommended sleeping time is 9 to 11 hours.
Okay.
So you're pretty well spot on.
13 hours would be a long time for a 5-year-old to be sleeping.
I wish I was 5 again. That would be awesome too. 13 hours, what? So like, put them to bed at 9 and they get up at 10 a.m. That sounds about right.
I sleep a lot, so I'm the wrong person to talk to.
Yeah.
I can average 9 hours a week if I have time. Like, you know how some people, like, they just wake up?
Yeah.
My body will just allow me to sleep 9-10 hours a night if I can, and I don't have children. So on the weekends I can in fact do that.
Sleep inertia is the worst. It's like, you know, like when you wake up and you haven't slept enough and your body still, like, you feel like you're moving, but you're not. Like, it's called sleep inertia, because inertia is like movement. You ever had that?
No, I don't have kids. I don't get
No,
that.
like you. Like, you wake up and you're like overtired and you feel like you're still moving.
Yeah, once again, I don't have kids,
really?
so I don't get that tired.
Okay. I had that, like, before I had kids. You just, like, I don't know, sit up playing gaming all night, and then you get up in the morning, and you're, like, still sleepy.
Oh, okay.
No?
No, I mean, sometimes I'm still sleepy, but yeah, like gaming all night.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. For your puppy.
Kimber, our puppy, she turned 14 2 days ago.
I know, she's so old.
So, in dog years, that's 14, because dog years isn't actually a thing.
I reckon the window is open. Is that why she's...
Yeah, the window is open.
Oh, okay. Because I've never seen it like that. It's just
she has had dinner.
It's very cute.
So, I got her my first year of teaching. One of my students arrived late to class, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you late? And she goes, my dog had puppies. And then, like, the rest is history. We got Kimber. The night we got her was awesome. The following day was horrible because she ran away. And then the neighbours who found her, they had a rule that if they found a dog, they'd keep her one night and then give them back, try and find the owner the next day.
Okay.
Anyway.
Did they have kids? Was it like their reward?
They did have... Well, I think so. They're like, oh, hey, if we find a puppy, we'll just look after it, then we'll find the owners the following day. Which,
I mean, if it's after 5 o'clock, maybe. I mean, I don't...
It's nice for them. But, you know, like, well, no, like, because she went missing, like, probably like 9, 10 a.m. or something.
Did they have a tag on it already?
Well, no, she wouldn't have, because she was
sure.
only, like, brand new pup. I don't even... The collar wasn't even fitting.
You got it back.
Anyway, 14 years later, she's still here.
Still trooping on.
So, this is kind of weird. Recommended 9 to 11. Maybe appropriate 7 to 8 or 12. Not recommended is less than 7 or more than 12. So, they basically said, like, they've gone, okay, there's a 2-hour bracket that they should sleep for. Then we're going to say maybe appropriate is an hour either side. And not recommended is everything outside of that.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, they've given themselves a 5-hour gap there.
It's a pretty
the doctor's like, you know what? I don't want to get too specific.
So answer me this then. So this is the recommendation. Does this say on here, children must go to bed at 7:30 p.m?
I haven't seen this document before, and I'm just having a quick thing. I don't think the time they go to bed is there.
It isn't, is it?
No, it doesn't say that. But I mean,
parents get so funny about that. Oh, well, my child goes to bed at 7. Mine goes to bed at 8. I don't really give a shit when they go to bed. If they sleep until 7, would you rather get woken up by a 6-year-old at 5 a.m. or 7 a.m?
Oh, geez, I do not like it when I get woken up by a 5-year-old. It doesn't matter what time it is. Could be 10 o'clock.
Because you know what? If he's going to sleep for 10 hours and like you roughly know how long they're going to sleep for, and if I'm going to put him to bed at 9 o'clock and he's going to wake up at 7, and that's 10 hours, I would rather put him to bed at 9 o'clock than 7 o'clock and have him get up at 7 than 5.
Absolutely.
Is that maths trick?
No, I think what you're saying, but I think this is your philosophy here, and if I can come in with a dunce that knows nothing, I'm not as angry with these parents that say maybe their kid sleeps for 12 hours and that's why they get them to sleep at 12 o'clock, at 7 o'clock every night. I mean, if you're putting your kid to sleep at 6 o'clock and then they're waking up at 5 o'clock, I think that's silly, but, and I also think it's silly to, have your kid stay up for too late because you want some sort of kid-free time, I'd say, in the evening. But, whatever works for you. But, yeah, I mean, I think you're right.
Oh, hang on. We're having a... No, that's a 2-year-old breaking in right now.
Hey, Amy.
Hello.
Toot toot.
Mummy, control the children. That's going to cost me later. She has currently cooked tea for us, watching the kids while we do the podcast, and I've just told her to do a better job, so I'm in trouble. But anyway, this could
right now. I can see her in that door.
This could potentially be the last episode of Daddy and the Dunce.
There we go.
Because it could be the ex-Daddy and the Dunce. So, I don't know, I just think, yeah, you're spot on. If your kids are waking up at 5 a.m. and that upsets you, then maybe try putting them to bed an hour later and see if they sleep an hour later.
As I feel like routine from a lot of my friends, all my friends have kids, I feel like routine is a big key word in sleep. If we're talking about sleep children, that's what I thought you might hit me with when I heard the sleep thing.
Yeah, go on.
So, I just thought you were
What do you know? What do you know about sleep routines?
Oh, I have no idea. All I just know is it's one of my friends, shout out to Ben, he looked like death, the first 10 times I saw him after he had his first kid. And I was just like, hey dude, he's like, hey man. And I was like, are you dying? And he was just some kids, this was just through a period where his daughter wasn't sleeping great. And, but, they did a routine, didn't obviously help them. But, you hear all these parents and they're all you get him in a routine. I know you guys were early with Nathan, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but, you'd bathe him every single night at a certain time, and that would be his routine.
Well, we still kind of they do a bath. And then, they have at the moment, it's a hot chocolate while they watch, an episode of Paddington or something.
Absolutely.
And then they get stories. And, with the boys, I've always done, the same stories every night, so they get that repetition.
Yeah.
Like a teacher thing as well. And then they go to bed, basically.
Yeah, and I feel shout out to all my friends, I feel like they're all really good parents, so they would know stuff like this. I'm sure some parents out there don't do a good routine and stuff. Is that something that you've seen? Being a parent, talking to other parents more than I would, or?
In terms, we are friends with people who have similar values to us.
Yes.
So people do that. I guess my professional hat means that I see people that I aren't necessarily friends with who are parents, and I can see the other side of it. And you kind of think, well, if you're yelling and screaming all night, then maybe your kids aren't going to have the best sleep.
Absolutely.
And aren't going to be able to function at school the next day. So, that's just the other side of things.
That was a long arm.
What was the other thing I was
might edit this bit out.
We might have to edit this bit. I'm good at editing the bits that I don't want to go to air.
Yeah, that was a long arm.
And then keeping in the bits that you don't want to go to air.
You probably keep in my long arm there where I was just faking it out.
I did actually keep in last I kind of fiddled a little bit last episode. You asked me to edit something out. So I kind of half kept it. I don't know if that threw you in the deep end or not, or...
No, it was okay.
Okay. I tried
I warned the person who...
I did try to throw you under the bus a little bit, but...
Yeah. So let's look at this document, I think, just to give everybody a rundown. So newborns, these are the people you're talking about. I was talking about earlier, 14 to 17 hours. But the thing about newborns is they don't, sleep at night, do they? They need to get up and feed every, 2 to 3 hours or something like that? I don't know.
So they kind of sleep and then wake up and cry and then play and then eat and then sleep
Yeah. So
there is like an actual order that Anita got taught that she did with the boys that I forgot, because that she did that.
Absolutely. And I mean, some kids, I think, doesn't matter what you do, they're not going to sleep well.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be the case from, just talking to my friends. So really that's different than like toddlers and that, when you can start getting them into routine and they can sort of understand the English language a little bit better, or whatever language you speak to them.
True.
Absolutely.
Teenagers will tend to want to go to bed later and sleep in.
Does it say that?
It does. Here you go. Just up the top here, teenagers will tend to want... And we've had that. We've actually had that debate at school about whether we should, instead of starting at 8:50, whether we should start at like 10:50.
I had that discussion with my boss the other day as well.
Yeah. Was that Mark, it's your performance review.
Yeah. Started at like 10, and he was like, no, I don't think we're going to do that. And I'm like, well, I'm doing a fair bit of work from home, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that anyway.
Could you be like, look, as a teenager, in dog years, as a teenager, I think that one thing that I found with our boys was that I tend to be... I think we went into this in a previous episode with the when Anita went to labour with the boys, that I tend to be a pretty deep sleeper.
Mm.
It's quite interesting because, Hamish was having these periods where he would wake up frequently during the night, and we're lucky enough to have a spare bedroom. And the night that Anita started sleeping in the spare bedroom at the other end of the house, miraculously, that was the night that he started sleeping through the night.
Amazing.
And then, Anita was happy because she didn't hear it, so she got a full night's sleep. I was happy because, well, it was just business as usual.
Mm.
And then Hamish miraculously started sleep. I think that probably happened with both boys. They just miraculously started sleeping through the night. So, nice. It just happens overnight, doesn't it?
I have no idea. Because when the mum is more obligated when the kids are younger to sort of go to them when they're not sleeping at night, because they can offer more services to the child. Well, you know what I mean. Like, you can change an nappy, but you can't.
I have had the boys try and latch on once or twice, and that's weird.
But is it when they stop breastfeeding? That is it bam, you're getting them every single time now? Does that happen? I'm sick of waking up?
In theory, that could happen, but I think there has actually been research into the fact that the mothers are more in tune with the cries, and they will actually get woken up as a safety thing.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure a bloke did the research into that.
Yeah.
And just use that as a way of no, the mums definitely wake up earlier, so yeah, for sure.
Better. Most kids want their mums anyway in the middle of the night anyway. Dads aren't very accommodating.
So anyway, next part of the show, where are we up to?
Well, we're doing dad tales, but I tell you what, I mean, just what I pretty much do, sort of a behind the curtain here with dad tales, is I Google dad stories and then I find some good ones. But I tell you what, and I know we've gone through some kind of dark ones with COVID, but they just keep getting darker and darker. And this week, literally, I was depressed reading through all this stuff. It's woman has to do full suit up just to say goodbye to her dad. Woman misses saying goodbye to her dad. And then there was obviously some evil dad ones. And I'm just nah, that's it. Did a minute 30 of searching, and I was no dad tales this week. That's it.
That's pretty sad.
Sorry, dads. Lift your game.
There was some I don't know. I literally don't follow news that closely. But the Queensland thing, apparently there was something going on where the dad was dying and they couldn't get across the border, and the Premier was crying because it was so hard on her, yet she's let celebrities and AFL players in, but she won't let this family in. That just seems,
yes, I did say that. Yeah, that
seems a bit political.
A little bit political, absolutely, and we don't like to get political on this program, absolutely not. What we did miss, though, was Father's Day.
Yes.
So happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. Yep,
and happy Father's Day to all my friends out there. Especially the new fathers who are having their first Father's Day. Now, I've got to ask you, one of my friends got so much stuff for Father's Day.
Nah, I got shafted.
You didn't get anything?
Well, actually, my memories came up on Facebook, and I think it's been progressively going downhill. I did get some cool, meaningful stuff though.
Okay, that's nice. We've done it. Yeah, my friend literally got swag. Got
wow.
5 pairs of socks, alcohol, all this stuff. It was Christmas Day. And I was but he is a young dad, so you think it sort of eases off a little bit?
Probably does a bit.
You're a dad now.
I don't know if you've seen, did you see my Star Wars thing that I got? I'll show you after we finish recording.
Okay.
That was kind of cool.
Okay.
It's like, it's about, different types of dads, and it's got like a Darth Vader and a, Kylo Ren and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
I might save this one for the next episode.
Okay. Save that note for the next episode.
Gee, what did I just think of then? I've forgotten. It was something to do with fathers. Oh, fun prank for anyone out there. It's going to be 12 months from now, but if you're listening to this episode near Father's Day, just go to Big W, buy some random cards, some Father's Day cards, and just walk around putting in letterboxes cards that say, "Dear Dad, I'm looking forward to finally meeting you one day," and then put it in the letterbox.
I would not enjoy receiving that. Yes,
could make for an interesting Father's Day morning.
That would be pretty unpleasant. Okay, I do have one Google by Dad. Now, this is sort of funny, but a Google question. Why is my dad sleeping all the time? And
is there a specific dad you're thinking of?
And it's like, daytime sleepiness is common in people of your father's age.
How old's Dad? 70?
I don't know how old his dad is, but yeah, apparently dads sleep a lot during the day.
According to sleephealthfoundation.org.au, older people spend more time in bed, but their sleep requirement is normally similar to that of early adult life.
Okay.
So all you old people, get up and mow the lawns or stuff.
Yeah. 7 to 9 hours is what I should be having.
Where are you? Oh, you're in the same one as me now. Yeah. So maybe appropriate 6 to 10. Yeah, 7 to 9. That seems. Older adults over 65. I don't know if that sort of demographic tunes into our podcast. 7 to 8 hours for you guys. So any more than that, we're going to call you out on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, but some older people hardly sleep 5 hours.
I won't go into my sleep habits. I'm pretty good, but I get up pretty early just to get my stuff in.
When you train more, do you have to get lots of sleep?
8 hours is recommended.
Okay. All right.
I try and sneak away with 7.
Nice.
But, if you have a look here, adult, maybe appropriate 6 to 10.
Up to 10.
But 7 to 9 is about what I aim for.
I actually aim for 3-day rolling average of 8.
That's a good way to look at it. You work out the mean.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't have kids, so, normally on the weekend I can catch up.
Fair enough. How are we going for time? Wow, 23 minutes already.
That's crazy.
Okay.
We haven't even done any
I know.
segments, really.
That's okay, because, it's you can just do hashtag COVID because COVID or something, apparently, and it's all good.
Absolutely. So, hit us with a dad hack now.
Dad hack. So, online purchases are pretty big right now. Cardboard boxes. Kids don't care what's in the box. Great little hack is, 1, to keep the box. Kids can just draw on it. 2, if the box is big enough, put the kid in there with some texters. They're locked in there, and they've got stuff to draw on, so everyone's happy.
Absolutely. And you don't get, your couch drawn on. Your couch has been drawn on. I have a friend at the moment whose car has been drawn on.
Oh, nasty.
And it's still... They haven't wiped it off the car. It's still on the car. They're happy with it. They don't seem to be really fussed by it. So
I got given a... This is the childcare centre that Hamish is at, was really lovely. They do awesome gifts, and I got a coffee mug this year, and it was Hamish had drawn on it, but it was drawn on in the same texts that he drew on our couch, and it just brought back all these repressed memories. So I was like, thanks, Robin, this is awesome. Yeah, so cardboard boxes, way to go.
Absolutely. Now, do you want some hypotheticals?
No? Do you want to save them for next episode?
They're about sleep.
Alright, let's do it quickly.
Okay,
we'll quickly roll through them.
Okay. Would you rather live on the streets for a week or sleep in bed with the ex you hate the most for one night?
Gets pretty cold on the streets.
Okay. Alright, I would definitely go to the streets. Sleep on the floor for a year or a nice bed with a soft mattress, but somebody died on it.
Soft mattress.
Yeah, I'd be able to get over that as well.
Because you can turn it over.
The year. Yeah. I don't know. What if they got stabbed 100 times?
I mean, as long as it's dried. And you got a sheet on it.
This one's a bit weird. Would you rather walk lying down or sleep standing up? When I say weird, I think it's really easy.
Walk lying down or sleep standing up. I don't know, how would you walk lying down?
Well, I think it just means you just like some sort of force would just force you everywhere along the ground. It'd be disgusting. I think you'd rather sleep standing up.
I think I'd rather walk lying down.
Really?
It's like sleeping while you're walking.
But like, imagine if you're just like, oh, just off to Hindley Street tonight.
I mean, you get some good views.
I don't think you don't want that. And the
Beetlejuice.
last one,
Beetlejuice. Did you see that movie?
I think I did. I don't remember what it is though. Okay, here we go. If you could accomplish simple tasks while sleeping and still get a good night's sleep, what would you want your body to do while you were sleeping?
Delete all my emails I don't want to read.
Okay, that's a good one. I think I just want to cook.
Yeah,
Cook all my meals.
I enjoy doing that.
Okay, there you go.
My new diet includes like bacon and eggs for breakfast every day.
Okay.
So I enjoy that.
But couldn't you just Michael Scott styles cook your breakfast in the morning?
I have no idea who Michael Scott is.
Sorry, it's an Office reference for any Office fans out there. He sort of wakes up early and puts some bacon on the George Foreman grill for himself.
Okay.
And then goes back to sleep, wakes up to the sound of it grilling, and then he steps on it one day.
Is that the American version?
The American
version. Because that's got Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
So that's why I'm out.
Okay.
Can't stand him. I've got one for you. Would you rather go to bed every night with sand in your bed, or wake up having wet yourself every night?
Do I wake up at like a decent time?
Yep.
Like just normal, and it doesn't like wake me up or something like that?
Yeah, it's a full night's sleep. You've either got a full night's sleep with sand in your bed, or a full night's sleep where you're going to piss yourself every night.
I tell you what, if somebody else cleaned my sheets and made my bed for me every day, I'd rather wake up wet myself.
Yeah.
But if I had to do my own sheets, then it's sand.
I hate going to the beach just because of the sand, so I'm wetting my... And then, like, you don't have to get up. Like, you'd be able to sleep longer if you wet yourself as well.
Yeah.
I mean...
Sucks for the person sleeping next to you, probably.
Meh, waterproof mattress. Right.
Alright. That's it. How to contact us. Ashley's Insta is at try.ash.leet. My Insta is at grug_grams. Give us an email at dad.
Has anyone ever emailed us?
No.
So it doesn't
I don't know,
really
I haven't checked it for years. Give us an email at dad.dunce@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook or Insta. I don't check those either. Subscribe and give us a rate and a review.
So the review we got was the Grug guy sounds hot.
Okay.
So can we have some reviews about the dad, please? Like, you know, we have yummy mummies. Is there a word for like good looking dads like me?
Dilf.
Liars. Look at that one that just came up. Beyond the bump, and it's got like a picture of. I'm assuming that's boobs, right?
Yeah, it's a woman's point of view looking down at her baby bump. I'd say.
Anomalous.
Oh. Okay.
Do we need to do the joke, Louis?
That's not funny at all, so I think you should probably try to make us laugh.
I bought the world's worst thesaurus yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
It's so awful. It's awful.
That's pretty good, actually.
See you, everybody.
Bye.